Start it up.
Cheap not buffet. It's Tuesday. Different night than you. But we are here. Thank y'all for tuning back in. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Year in review. It is Tuesday, special day. Days after the holidays. Hope everybody had a Merry Christmas and all that. But we are back on a Tuesday, usually Monday, but had to reschedule for tonight. But yes, we are here. And tonight we're talking year in review. Year in reflection. Damn it, saying my own stuff wrong. Year in reflection. 2025, 2026. Now, I usually do this I do my live show tomorrow on New Year's Eve. I usually go live at like midnight, 9 to midnight, but we'll see. I might do it this year. Don't know. Haven't seen, because last year I didn't have very many people, but we'll see. We will see. Anyway, thank you all for tuning back into the show. Now, it's been a great year. It's always been a good year because you finished the year, the completed year. Tomorrow is the 31st, last day of the year. And thankfully, first things first, we are all very fortunate to thank the Lord that we are still here. He has kept us a year round. So, very thankful for that. And also thankful for all the accomplishments. Hopefully you accomplished some of the things that you wanted to accomplish this year, and you are grateful for them. And you take a time to reflect, because I know around this time, people just want to move on. Well, this is what I'm going to do 2020, yeah, 20, next year, I'm going to do this. I'm not a person. I don't do New Year's resolution. I just improve upon what I already had. I just set new goals, but I'm not New Year's resolution, because some of that stuff you can't complete until it takes like 9 months, 6 months to complete. Especially when I did my comedy special. I had started on that journey in January. Didn't get done until July. A whole lot of work. Didn't get a venue till March. It took a lot. Well, actually, no. It went from March to July, because when I got my job, I was like, man, I'm going to do me a comedy special. So, yeah, man. Some goals take a lot longer than others to accomplish. So that whole New Year's resolution, just set some goals for the year and call it at that. Don't do the whole New Year's resolution, because that kind of sets it up to be a thing that's only the New Year. The New Year wears off around March. After January, Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. That only lasts for about a week, and then we're on to the get on. We're on to the get on. So, that whole set of New Year's resolution stuff, I don't think so. Nah. Just set some goals, some things that you want to do. Set some things that you know you can accomplish, and some things that are a bit out of reach. Me, last year, I didn't set enough things out of reach. I didn't set enough goals out of reach. So this year, I'm making sure I set some things that are going to be difficult for me to get. Not nothing that I know I can't do, just some things that are a little bit harder to accomplish. Because sometimes we set things up very easy, accomplish them very quick, then you don't feel satisfied. Or hell, you ran out of goals by July. Set something that's going to take all year long. And sometimes, it's either giving up something up fast and stop doing something, or start doing something. Either or. But, overall, you definitely want to take a second. We'll talk New Year's stuff tomorrow. Take a second. This year, this show is more so about reflecting on the things that you accomplished and that you did. Because life be moving so fast, and sometimes we forget some of the important things that we done. Like me personally, one thing that I did this year, I got 225 on bench press. It's been taking me a long time to get 225 on bench press. No spot. I'll go in there now, put 225 on the bench press, get that thing up. I don't even have a spot. Don't worry about nothing. I know I can do it. I do it every Friday. So, but that was an easy goal one time. Now I gotta get it 10 times. I got 12 months to get it 10 times, which is a bit out of reach. But I can do it. I know I can do it. Running goals. I didn't set any running goals this year. I didn't set any running goals. Next year, I'm running a marathon. I said I was going to run a marathon all year. I didn't do shit. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it next year. It's just expensive. I don't be wanting to pay for them. But I didn't run all year. I ran 212 miles this year. I ran over 212 miles. Yep, I ran about 212 miles this year. So very happy about that. Happy about that. But if you dropped any, drop in the comments, please. Drop a comment. Let us know what you accomplished. What did you do this year? I want to hear from you. I want to know. I want to know. But there's a couple of, some of my physical goals. I like to challenge myself physically all the time. Like to see how far I can run. And what else I do? I ran 11 miles. I did 11 miler. That kicked my ass. Did 11 miles. I was off. Did that. Yeah, that was it. But the most goal, the biggest goal, hitting 225 on bench press. That was nice. I would set out to do 315 on bench. I'm on the squat rack. But I don't know if I'm gonna do that. Might 275 maybe. 275. I can squat 225. But yeah, just set some goals, man. Set some goals, And it don't have to be big. It could be big to you. Like me getting 225, I was at 205, then I went 210, 215, 225. Step ladder. Have a step ladder to whatever your goals are. I also, outside of that, I produced my own comedy show, Flower Bed Funnies. Remember I had Flower Bed Funnies going for a couple months. Had some dealings with the venue, but that's okay. The venue, that's okay. But other than that, I had my show rolling down there. It was nice. It was good. I got to get that back. Got to get back to producing the comedy show, which is a whole nother beast. But I didn't set any. I just set out to produce my show, which was easy. I didn't set, I want to do it for X amount of months straight. Nothing like that. So I didn't really set out to do that. So I didn't really put no concrete comedy goals this year. Kind of fumbled there. But I got a list of them now. So yeah. And that's just a reflection on the year. I'm like, man, I didn't. In this area I did pretty good. This area I slacked. I didn't do that. And I think it's important to kind of self-evaluate. Like, hey, am I where I want to be? Am I doing what I need to do? We'll get to the money stuff in a minute, but yeah, just overall, man, I just think it's important to take a second back and just think about it. Just be grateful, just be happy, just be grateful to be alive. But definitely take a second, because what happens is this: you'll go set up some new goals and not build off of the old ones. Like, okay, I already did this, bam, so I'm already capable of this. So next, what I can do is bigger than that. I've already produced my comedy special. I did it on the road. So I can do it again. Am I going to shoot another one this year? Probably not. The goal, probably going to do a 30-minute special. Just shoot some 30 minutes in New York. Do a show in New York this year. Shoot it over the summer. Find me a venue and tape. Probably start working on that material in January and do that this summer. So this summer I'm going to live taping in New York. Just something for me to do. That's all, just an accomplishment, and I just want to get it done in New York because I got the in-laws who haven't seen me perform in New York, so I got to do that. There we go. Bam, just set a goal right there. I'm gonna shoot me 30 minutes. Shoot me a 30 minutes in New York this summer. Hold me to it. But that's something to reflect on. And the reason why I'm setting something like that is because reflecting. I already did my comedy special. Who is Malcolm on cheapnotbroke.com. Go check it out. Reflecting on that, I produce my own show, so I know how to produce shows. I know how to do that, and I know how to do it on the road, so I can do it again. I just know now, don't get a big-ass venue. Get a small 30 to 50 seater, probably 30 seater. Tight, real tight. Want everybody in there laughing. When you laughing, you bowing everybody. Oh, shit, I'm so sorry. That's what we want, so I'm going to do that. But in the midst of self-reflection, I think it will help you put your new goals into perspective, because we just don't always give each other some credit. I started gardening this year. I got me a garden now. Got me what? Shit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 bell peppers. I got about 6 bell peppers right now. I did the gardening show earlier this year, so I started indoor gardening, and I'm officially a gardener, plant daddy. I'm a plant daddy. So that's my name, plant daddy. So I'm a plant daddy, and I got my plant babies out there. So that's another accomplishment. I have given and sustained life. I gotta do it on another level coming up. So wish me luck. But yeah, but drop a comment. Everybody watching, drop a comment. What did you feel like you accomplished this year in 2025? Drop a comment. Let me know. But not on a personal note, had the whole Doge situation. You remember the top of the year, Trump came in office, the whole Doge situation, people getting fired, losing their jobs. Man, like first time in a long time, the government wasn't a secure job. Because everybody knows, this is saying, government job is a safe job. We want to be safe, work for the government. Everybody knows that. But that was not the case. That was not the case this go around. It was not the case. They was chopping people up, chopping people off the block. So, hey, it happened. And you haven't heard about Doge in 6 months. Department of Stealing the money. That's what they did. Stole the money. Oh, we're trying to get efficient with the government. How did that benefit you or me or anybody? Did anybody see any money? Are you going to see any money on your tax return? No. Did your paycheck increase? No. Did they tax you less? No. So what the hell did you care? Because there's people, we need to get efficient with the government. What the fuck does that matter? We don't benefit from that. You're not getting a tax break. Okay, well, we're going to cut some money back. And you're going to get, we're going to tax you less federally. They're not doing that. That didn't happen. So the whole department of that, they were just giving that money to somebody else. That money just got rearranged and got put in somebody else's pocket. That's all that happened. The public did not benefit from that. We didn't. There was no benefit. No benefit. We didn't benefit from that. So that Diddy went to jail. But hey, it wasn't nothing new. We knew you were going to jail. We been knew that. They had that going for a long, and they drug it out. Oh man, listen. Everybody was able to get out of business with him. Everybody was able, he sold off all his assets, and then he, was kicking it outside the last day before he went to jail. Man, but we knew that was coming. But they like to lock up black famous men. They like to lock them. They'll lock them up. But not saying they locking up everybody, but they usually like to put those guys on TV a little bit longer. But hey, you do the crime, you gotta do the time, baby. That's just the way it goes. But all I'm saying is, I know he wasn't the only one responsible for those crimes. That's a hell of a lot of crime to do by yourself. He the only one went to jail. What? Nobody else. But all those people that were there that testified, so nobody did anything illegal but him. Okay. Got the Epstein list out right now. Nobody's going to jail. So what? Who's going to jail? Anybody going to jail? Nobody's going to jail. This is just media talking about stuff. Nobody's going to jail. Who cares? Why would if there was crime, wouldn't they already be in jail? So releasing the list does what? Well, if nobody's going to jail, what are you doing this for? Why? Who cares? Nobody cares. I don't care. I haven't looked at anything about it. When somebody gets arrested, go to jail, I'll care. But other than that, they don't care about them people. They don't care nothing about them people. They don't. Nobody went to jail. That means what? It was Epstein and Giselle Maxwell. That's it. 2 people went to jail. All the other people, all the victims, they probably know what's going on, but they're not about to say nothing. You know why? That happened. And what else? Man, a lot happened this year. Dodgers won the championship second time this year. We had a lot of other stuff in the news happen, but that's the stuff I can think of. But that's not more important than you sitting there reflecting on the things that you have done. And over the years, because it's 2025, because COVID is officially half a decade ago. COVID was half a decade ago, everybody. That was half a decade ago. 5 years. 5 years since COVID. 2025 top news. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. 2025 top news. I'll make sure I'm listening. Oh yeah, we had the and then we had the wildfires. Were the wildfires top of the year? Was that this year? The top new 2025? I think that was this year. Yeah, wildfires happened this year in California. Yeah, that damn sure did. Had wildfires this year. Had wildfires devastate everybody this year. So quite a bit has happened. But anyway, let's get into some money news. What happened with that money in 2025? Let's see. What else happened out here? This ain't telling me nothing. Well, ain't nothing crazy happened. Except Donald Trump getting back in office and firing everybody and all that. So, yeah. But yeah, nothing crazy like that. And I can't think of that. But yeah, very big story, Diddy story. I think of nothing else. Top news. Let me see. Top news stories. I'm missing something. I feel like there's more that happened this year. There's more that happened. I don't want to talk about me. I know there's more happened this year. I'm trying to figure out what the hell happened. Matcher desires to work with her friends. Man, this ain't nothing good. That's not nothing good. Oh well. Anyway, 2025 reflected now. Did you meet your savings goal? Did you save the money that you want? Did you save any money? Let's start there. Did you save any money? I save money every year. Shit, that's just natural. But some people didn't save any money. Did you save any money? Did you pay off any debt? Did you hit any of your financial goals? Because those are really important too. Oh, yes. Yes. Businesses got hit with tariffs. Yes. Yes, they did. They screwed up my deal with Temu. I haven't bought anything from Temu this year. Nothing. I haven't bought no clothes this year, really. Because of the tariffs. I'm like, I'm not paying extra for nothing. I'm not paying extra for anything. And the tariffs, tariffs came down. That's right. Tariffs came down. Now it's all coming back to me. Tariffs came down. Egg prices were what? $5, $6. Eggs got out of control first quarter of the year. Yes, they did. Egg prices went up. Food prices went up. And then, yes, the tariffs. Everything went up. A lot of people went out of business because of the tariffs. Because they could no longer afford their product. And some people couldn't afford to buy the product. So tariffs put a lot of people out of business. And we're still dealing with those right now. Still dealing with those damn tariffs. I wish they go away. I just want to get back to how things used to be on Temu. But I don't know if that's going to happen or not. I don't know when that happen or not. Oh, yes. What the fuck? Why is this not? All right. I'm messing up everything, man. I should have got my damn notes together. And then we had, there we go. Another one. Thank you. Shauna 573 is on the road tonight. Did I start this year? Hell yeah, I started this year. Ice. They're icing people. The deportations have started this year, which is shit. They told us about this 15 years ago. They told us about this. I seen ICE immigration enforcement. ICE has been around, but not like this. They're going city to city. ICE has been on a world tour like a rock band, whooping people's ass and putting them in jail. They've been like a rock band. We come into your city to whoop your ass and put you in jail. ICE is a band. They've been running around like a rock band, whooping ass, taking names, locking you up, and putting you on planes, sending you home. So, but you know what? I want to do a deep dive into ICE because I know there's a lot of money being made. Oh yeah, for all this being going on, people got to be making good money. I mean, the ICE increased immigration laws. Well, hey, that's Trump. Trump did that. Yes, sir. Your food probably tastes different because the nationalities that know how to cook it have been sent home. So there's a good chance whoever you like cooking your food has been sent home. Man, this is crap. Tariffs. So let me try to revise this list because I'm missing some shit. I don't want to catch up. Mexico hikes tariffs on Chinese imports. Trump sweeping tariff overhaul. Oh yes, and also tariffs have also ruined tourism. ICE and tourism. Tourism is way down in America. We have a lot of people are not coming to America right now. They said, hell no, y'all not about to come over there. Y'all put me in jail. I'll take my dollars somewhere else. Could you imagine coming on vacation and getting detained? I didn't come here for this shit. Canadians, Canada has not been coming over here. And Canadians have not been buying U.S. product. So the tariffs have really flipped things on the head, but especially tourism. A lot of tourism has declined in America. You can tell. I mean, I've been some places I can tell. Las Vegas was a bust this year. Las Vegas was a bust this year because of the tariffs. I don't know not so much of ICE. It's just high prices, and people just kind of got fed up with Las Vegas. Like, we're not going out there, and there's definitely a whole lot of information and a lot of videos about people talking about Vegas not being populated. Like, people just weren't going. Like, no, we're not going on it. Can you blame them, though? Can you blame them? I mean, a soda in Vegas is what, $12? Come on, man. They're really getting out of pocket with this stuff. And, people had enough. So, hopefully, will Vegas recover next year? We'll see. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to recover or not. But, I didn't go out there this year. This is one of the first times in a long time I haven't been out to Vegas. I did not go out to Vegas this year because I heard about all the pricing and stuff. I'm like, nah, I can't pay that. I can't do that. I'm not paying that. Y'all not going to do that to me. I've seen it all, done it all, so I'm not going to go. And you know what? I stand in solidarity with the people. You know what? I'm not going out there. I didn't intentionally boycott Vegas this year, but it just happened that way. No intentions. But, hey, I like to go out there for the crowds, and they didn't even drop the prices down. But they're going to have to do something. They won't be able to sustain. Vegas was built for everybody. But, they're only trying to have, rich people come in now. Rich people go other places besides Vegas. They're not about to come up there and prop up the city. No, they're not going to prop up the city. They're not about to do it. No. They're not propping up the city. They're not propping the city. Resort fees are getting out of Vegas. Resort fees are getting out of control. All resort fees are getting out of control. We went to Hawaii. Last week was in Hawaii, Maui, and stayed at this hotel resort. Then motherfuckers hit me with resort fees. It was $40 a day to park, and $45 a day for resort fees. I ended up paying an extra $95 a day, which was about 30% of the cost of the fucking hotel. Excuse my French. But that was crazy. And then they hit me with this shit on the way out with the parking. I get my parking bill. I was expecting to pay $120. No, I ended up paying $280 something because it was $95 a day. Crazy. So, man, the resort fees got to go. There's no need. Resort fees need to be optional. Look, I'm not using all this crap. Why am I paying for it? I don't want to pay for the resort if I'm not using it. If it's not included in the cost, I don't want it. You should not be able to charge an extra $45 a day. This is bullshit. Just like they charge you a service fee, processing fee. It's the same damn thing. You're just figuring out a way to get some money. That's it. What you mean a processing fee? The people try to process me. That's your job to pay Visa, not mine. You picked this credit card processor. I didn't pick them. You pay them fees. Just like when you go to the gas station out here in California. They charge you an extra $35 in transaction fee for debit card. Like, come on, man. And they're trying to get rid of cash. A lot of places, we don't take cash. They're trying to get rid of it. They don't want to take cash anymore. And then without cash, they're all going to ask you for a fee. And then what? Well, this is 2026, 2025. This is one of the first years I noticed people always ask for tips. I'm not giving you no damn tip. No tips. I don't give tips at the register. If you didn't provide a service, I'm not giving you a tip. Being at the counter, you checking me out is not a service. No tip. no tip. Not tip. I don't care. And I've gotten really good and not feeling the type of way about it. Now, when I'm purchasing dinner and you're my waiter, I will tip that person. The only people I really tip are people who provide some type of service. Do I tip Uber drivers? No, I don't. They went up on the pricing. Why? Shit. Go to Hawaii. It cost me $79 to go to the airport. $79. Am I going to give you extra money? No. I'll give you 4 stars, though. I'm not giving you no extra money. No. Now, if the price is right and you're really nice and I like you, I'll give you some money. But, no. Then everybody should ask for a tip. Your pilot should ask for a tip. Pilot should ask for a tip. Doctor should ask for a tip. Those people should be able to ask for a tip, but they can't. That's bribery. They'll go to jail. And then I think, there's a tax write-off on tips. So what? It's not a lot. I can't write off 100% of them. If you want to, I think the president signed a law that you can write off tips. If you can't write off 100% of them, who cares? If I can't write off 100%, if I can't keep all this tip money to myself and tax-free, don't matter. Because nobody is paying the mortgage off of tips. Not doing it. You're not doing it. Year-end reflection. Drop a comment. Let me know what you got in the year-end reflections that you follow. How have you felt about Cheap Not Broke this year? Have we improved? Have we provided? Have I provided the information that you were looking for? What would you like to see from Cheap Not Broke in 2026? Any topics you would like covered? More travel videos? More people on the street? Drop a comment. Let me know. What would you like to see from Cheap Not Broke in 2026? More days? Different time? Most platforms will never ask you, what should we do different? I'm different. I'm not there yet. So, But yeah, I hope, hopefully you, those who are tuning in, thank you for tuning in and watching. Hopefully you are getting what you are looking for out of Cheap Not Broke. Because without you, I'm just a guy talking to myself. So, I'm very appreciative of everybody watching and commenting and everybody. Shiner5387, Phyllis Hall, Josh Brown, YouTube user, what's my man name out of Chicago? Can't think of his YouTube name, but you know what I'm talking about, out of Chicago. So, I appreciate everybody who tunes in the show, watches all the time. You guys are very much appreciated. Without you guys, even the people who come back and watch, GK out of Chicago. So, I appreciate it. I know my regulars. I know y'all. I know you. I know my regular people who are watching. I was in Vegas yesterday and I purchased something at a kiosk. And an automatic tip was added to my bill. I had to remove it. A machine took my order, not a human. Who's supposed to receive the tip? That is very good question. Something that I don't know and I want to get to the bottom of. I think that I'm really going to dive into that. I'm going to dive into some Uber stuff. So I got some good stuff planned in 2026. I want to really figure out, is it really feasible for a person to take Uber everywhere and not own a car? Are you saving money Ubering everywhere and not owning a car? No. But I want to do the research anyway. And then the tip. Where does the tip money go? I want to know the fact that tips aren't automatic. How does that money get separated? Because there's plenty of lawsuits out there that companies have been sued for stealing tips from their workers. Now, it's so funny. You steal, a person steals from the store, they'll put your mugshot up and call the police and put you in jail. They steal from you. The store doesn't get ran. Nobody gets to boycott them. Nothing. They don't even put these stories on the news like that. Stealing people's money. Stealing. But they always try to make it famous on the news. Who is doing the stealing? If a company steals from you, it's not that bad. But if you steal from a company, you're a criminal. You need to go to jail. Come on. Make it make sense. But yeah, it's a good question. Where does the tip money go? When you put that tip in, how does it say, does it show, does this person, because we used to have a counter number, your employee ID number, whatever number they have to identify you by in the system, does it say this money is for you? Or do you have to split tips amongst everybody? Which is bullshit. I don't believe in that. That tip money is for you. Everybody's not doing the same amount of work to deserve a tip. Everybody doesn't deserve a tip. Not my opinion. Anyway, we're going to be right back. We're going to go to break. Be right back. Gotta do some work to the website. Gotta get back on the merch game. Gotta get back on the merch. Gonna add some new colors to the series and add some new things. So look out for that in 2026. But reflection back on 2026. Hopefully you're happy with everything you accomplished and you did. But if you didn't, okay, so what? We'll just keep on adding on to it. Just add on to the plan. That's all you gotta do. Add on to the plan. That's it. Just add on to what you're going to do and keep doing what you're doing. But anyway, we're going to keep the show pushing. I know I got some East Coast users on there. Followers, subscribers. So we don't want to keep y'all up all night. We're going to get on to it. You know what time it is. It's time for some... No. Oh, hell. Where are my graphics? There we go. You said, Shauna 537. Important to notice this. Everybody pay attention to this. A automatic tip was added to my bill. I had to remove it. They do audit automatically. They'll put it. It'll go under 20%, and you gotta click 0. I don't feel no type of way. Listen, I'm not putting my money in the public's hands. The public is cheap bastards, and I'm not doing it. Listen. You already know if you're selling low product, you're like sub sandwiches, you're a place where the people not spending high dollars, you're not getting good tips. The best tips come from steakhouses. Steakhouses give the best tips, or high-end restaurants, because then people spending their money. Now, some places you're just not gonna get a tip. Like, you're just not gonna get a tip. Look, you're at the sub place and say, oh, 20% tip. No, listen, that's not my job. I'm not going to provide the money that your employer should. That's your employer's job, not mine. That sounds crazy. A guy, he was from Australia or something like that. He was talking about, this comedian, he was talking about the tip culture. He said, this is the stupidest shit I ever heard. So you guys, so this is the richest country in America, and you work for a wage, a unlivable wage, and you have to depend on the public to fill in the gap? That makes no sense to me. See, we're so used to tipping here in the country. It's just, oh, you're supposed to tip. But when others look at you, you work for somebody who doesn't pay you a full wage. You're depending on the public, the customers, to fill the gap. That sounds crazy. But anyway, let's get into it. Interesting news. That does sound crazy when you think about it. You work for an employer. This is America. You work for an employer who doesn't pay you a full wage. So you have to depend on the patrons to fill the gap for you, which may or may not happen. And this is legal. You got billionaires in this country. All right, I'm done. Interesting news. Here we go. All right. No, this sounds interesting. JCPenney store deal turns ugly as buyer accuses seller of sabotaging $947 million sale. Oh, that's a lot. A 10-figure deal to sell more than 100 JCPenney stores has developed into a high-stakes legal fight with the buyer. Onyx Partners accusing the seller, Copper Property Trust of deliberately sabotaging the transaction so it could chase higher price elsewhere. In a lawsuit filed last week in Manhattan Supreme Court, Onyx claims the trust breached its contract and acted in bad faith to kill a sale of 119 store properties worth $947 million. Ooh, that's a nice penny. Pretty penny. JC Penny. Worth $947. Alleging the seller secretly shopped the portfolio to other buyers and blocked closing by refusing to deliver the required tenant estoppel certificate. An estoppel certificate is a signed statement from the tenant confirming that the key terms of his lease and whether any dispute exists, and the deal require a clean version from JCPenney to close. Something Onyx alleges that the trust failed to secure and then used as a pretext to derail the sale. The suit says the trust repeatedly refused to extend the closing deadline despite having done so before after JCPenney issued what Onyx calls a dirty estoppel, asserting that the landlord had violated the lease, a problem the buyer claims was created by the seller's own conduct and then weaponized to scuffle the deal. Well, a lot of money to fight over. When the last time you shopped at JCPenney anyway? Man, anybody want to buy no JCPenney? Yeah, no kid under 25 is going to buy JCPenney and buying clothes. I don't know no kid going to buy no damn clothes at JCPenney. I'm not buying no clothes at JCPenney. I never was a fan. And that shit's expensive. It costs a lot of money. JCPenney's ain't clean. JCPenney's is not cheap. Oh, wow. Why top lawyers are paying out six-figure bonuses to stop young lawyers from quitting. Oh, wow. Top law firms are throwing massive cash bonuses at long lawyers, sometimes more than $200,000 a pop, to stop them from quitting or getting poached by rivals as competition for talent intensifies. In some cases, the bonuses of rival bankers' annual salary pushing top total pay for senior associates toward $550,000 a year. The bonus bonanza reflects the fierce fight for mid-level associates, the lawyers who run day-to-day work on major deals and trials not long after graduating from law schools themselves, as firms scramble to keep them from jumping ship. That's a lot of fucking money. Litigation boutiques are leading the charge, with some firms paying well above the big standard law bonus scale to lure associates from large rivals. New York-based Elsenberg, Baker, and Morati told lawyers it would pay bonuses up to $226,250, according to FT. The substantially above market bonus is a reward to our associates who put tremendous effort in this year to do stellar work and get superb results for our clients, Dave Elsenberg, one of the firm's founding partners, told the Post. Palace Partners, the disputes firm founded by former Boyles Schiller leader Natasha Harrison, is offering bonuses up to $232,000 for associates and counsel in the U.S. and U.K., including step-up bonuses tied to long hours billed. If they're paying this out in bonus, how much you think them people making for law? Even larger firms are stretching to keep the pace. Chicago headquartered Catherine Muller has offered as much as $172,000 to top associates plus additional superstar bonus to the firm declined to detail. By contrast, most U.S. firms continue to follow the so-called CAVA scale, under which top performing associates typically receive bonuses topping around $140,000. Bonuses $140,000. Some people are never going to see that in a year for their fucking salary. Other large firms, Paul Weiss, Rivenkind, Wolfram, Grosser, and Dearborn Pork, are offering bonuses up to $140,000 to their young attorneys. Paul Weiss made the headlines in March and agreed to provide $40 million in free legal work to the Trump administration and ditch diversity policies to avoid federal sanctions. Base salaries at those firms range $225,000 for mid-level lawyers and more than $400,000 for senior classes. Firms paying above the scale also demanding more in return, often trying to get biggest bonuses to pushing workloads that can top 2,500 billable hours a year, according to them. That comes up to 48 billable hours a week, a target that typically means 65, 75 hours on the job once unbilled time is included, and far longer weeks during trials or deal crunches. Yeah, I'm not set up for that. That's a lot of money, but them people working for that money too. They're not just handing it over. And I know me, I'm not built for that. I'm not one to be at the job 4 or 5 days. And hell no, I got shit I want to do. But I make the money. The goal is to make enough money to be able to afford to pay them people to do what I need them to do to make more money. That is the goal. Meta snaps up AI startup madness for $2 billion drawing screen. Trump admin has plan B to keep tariffs going if Supreme Court deems current. Let's read this shit. Nah, let's not. I don't want to read about no tariffs. I don't want to read about no Trump stuff. No Trump articles. We already hear about enough. New York State to hike overtime threshold starting January 1. That sounds nice. New York State has poised to hike its overtime thresholds for certain salary employees starting on New Year's Day. Under the new guidelines, employees working in New York City, Long Island, and Westchester County must earn $1,275 a week or $66,000 annually to be exempt from overtime, according to the state Department of Labor. That's up from $1,237 a week or $64,000 annually. Across the rest of the state, including Hudson Valley and Catskills regions, the overtime threshold will increase to $1,199 a week per week or $62,000 annually. The threshold was previously at $161.65 per week or $60,405.80 a year. Workers whose earnings come in below those thresholds are typically entitled to overtime pay at one half times of their regular pay for any hours worked over 40 hours a week. In California, we get overtime every 8 hours. Beautiful. And we get a California hour. The increases, which include State Department of Labor releases annually, the raise threshold for any employee to receive overtime pay, making more people with their higher salaries exempt. Professional employees follow the same threshold as federal law, which is currently set at $684 a week or $35 annually after a federal judge blocked the Biden administration attempts to raise the level. An executive employee is defined as someone whose main job is typically management, regularly directs the work of 2 or more employees, and has the authority to hire and fire workers or make suggestions as to the hiring and firing of workers. There you have it. Well, so they're going to pay people more money. Good for them. Good for them. Pay people more money. People need money. Pay up. Pay up. Pay up. Let me see. Let me look at what the hell a California hour is. California hour. Let me look. What is the California hour? Let me define. What is the California hour? The California hour in to overtime. Let me see if he'll tell me what the California hour. All right. In California, overtime is based on hours worked in a single day, not just a week. Over 8 hours in one day is 1.5 times the pay. Over 12 hours a day is 2 times the pay. Double time. Weekly overtime. Over 40 hours in a week is 1.5 times the pay. 7th day worked overtime in a week, 8 hours a day. So you're going to make away with it. Example of a California. If you work 9 hours in one day, that 9th hour is a California overtime hour paid at time and a half. 13 hours in one day is 13 hours paid at double time. That's right. We get overtime every day in California. So if you get paid overtime in California, you're winning. You are winning. Bam. That's what we got for interesting news. Interesting news, ladies and gentlemen. That was the interesting news. But back to the year of reflection. I hope you have had a wonderful year. You know what? We are going to do a show tomorrow night. It would only be right. It's only right I do a show. It's Wednesday rant. I got a rant tomorrow. So we're going to do the Wednesday rant tomorrow. So I'm going to be on tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to be on at midnight, but I'm going to be on tomorrow. So, yeah, come check me out tomorrow. Wednesday rant. Last show of the year, everybody. Last show of the year. Tune in to Cheap Not Broke. It's going to be a good time. But that's all I got for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. You're reflecting you. Hopefully you had a wonderful 2025, not 2025. That's way down the road. Hopefully your year's been great, and hopefully you wrote down the year. I think I'm going to do that this year. I'm going to write down everything I accomplished and compare it to next year, and just kind of start doing that, comparing and writing down the things, my accomplishments, just so every now and then you can look back and see what you accomplished, and also talk about the goals for next year. So tomorrow we're going to talk about goals. This year reflected on this year. Tomorrow we're going to talk about goals and the things we want to do financially next year. We're going to get our financial goals tomorrow. So tomorrow night on Wednesday Rant, it's going to be a different rant. We're going to talk about our goals, and we're going to list out our goals tomorrow. So come prepared. Think about it tonight. Tomorrow we will be on the show listing out our financial goals and the things we want to do in 2025. Come prepared. It's going to be a good show. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you all tuning in each and every night. I appreciate you all following the show, liking the show, and tuning in with me. I very, very much appreciate it. You are all amazing. I will be back tomorrow night. More show. Like I said, we will be talking about our goals, and we'll be listing our goals as a group. So hopefully you hear somebody else's goals. It will inspire you with your own. Okay? Until then, take care. See you tomorrow night. Last day of the year. See you tomorrow night. I did win the Pop the Balloon contest. I did win a comedy contest this year. I haven't won a comedy contest in a long fucking time. So I did win that. So yes, that was great. I'm happy about that. And with that, I'm going to sign off. See you tomorrow night.